Hi, good afternoon, and welcome to the Live Healthy Miami Gardens Facebook Live weekly health and wellness series brought to you by the City of Miami Gardens, Live Healthy Miami Gardens. Our goal is to bring our community information and resources to help us make the healthiest choices possible for ourselves as a Miami Gardens community as well as our families. My name is KeTia Harris. I hope I know my own name. My name is KeTia Harris. I'm Community Health Data Specialist at Jessie Trice Community Health System and Program Manager for our Breastfeeding Touchpoint Program out of our Jessie Trice Miami Gardens Clinic, as well as a member of Live Healthy Miami Gardens, as well as your host for today. Live Healthy Miami Gardens was born from the realization that although health is largely influenced by our individual choices, the conditions in the communities where we live, learn, work, worship, and play are also major contributing factors to the racial and ethnic health disparities and health care disparities faced, as well as our overall ability to make healthier choices. We know that these conditions are systemic, historical, and continue to impact us as communities of color and a whole here and now. Live Healthy Miami Gardens is a community initiative and part of the city's efforts to address these conditions and reduce poor health outcomes through the transformation of policies, our environment, and the healthcare system overall, making the city of Miami Gardens a healthier place to be. On today's live, we're going to introduce a mental health specialist as well as an IBCLC with WIC, Patricia.
Good afternoon. For me, it's an honor to be here with you and answering your questions today. I work for women, infant, and children. I've been here for about 22 years. I started as a peer counselor and became an ABCOC shortly after. While I was working, I completed my master's in Nova Southeastern University, and I did also my board. Or so I only work with moms and postpartum right now. Also want to tell you that WIC is a federal program that provides nutrition counseling, breastfeeding counseling, and nutritional foods to mother and babies and children until the age of 5.
Thank you, Patricia. We appreciate that. We appreciate everything that you do. So today, Patricia Roman is going to talk with us about breastfeeding and mental wellness. If you don't know, or if you been reviewing our other Facebook lives this month, it's been focused on Mental Health Awareness Month. This month specifically is also Maternal Mental Health Awareness Month, and we want to focus on for our viewers. We want to focus on uh, stress, things that may contribute to stress while being a mom or a breastfeeding mom, and how to work through that stress, some coping mechanisms, and to make sure we do that our breastfeeding moms do have a successful breastfeeding experience, because it does go hand in hand. And Patricia is going to help us talk through that. So let's start off, Patricia. What is mental wellness, or what is mental health?
Well, mental wellness is a state of well-being, mental well-being. Okay. Uh, um, when we talk about mental illness, we are talking about mental states that impair our day-to-day living, and we are talking particularly in mothers. Okay, and when we impact breastfeeding, we are talking about postpartum mood and anxiety disorders. They are very common in any race and any socioeconomic status. We have the same prevalence. Okay, motherhood is a state where everything is going to be turned upside down. Okay, everything, every coping mechanism the mother had before having a baby is going to be tried out. So it is not the time to achieve mental wellness. Okay, a state of mental well-being, because you are going to lose your life, okay, and you are going to have to put the pieces back together. So it is very important that the mothers have support, they have the right information, and that they have support from their family, friends, and their community. So as I was here, you introduced your program, and how you were saying that the disparities in mental health and in health in general, are systemic. There's a point where we need to break the cycle, and to break the cycle, you need education, and you need support. So support comes in many ways, not only emotional support, but it also comes in practical way. The baby takes the time of the mother 24/7. Okay, it's night and day. So the mother needs to eat. Okay, the mother needs to rest. The all the things that she used to do at home are not possible in the same way anymore.
Right.
And if she has older children, she has to continue to care for those all those children. So it's very stressful time. She doesn't feel she's fulfilling her duties the way she really wanted.
And you talked about the need for support, emotional support, physical, tangible support. How can those who are immediately around the mom, including dad, other children, if they're a little older, or just family and friends, how can they support this mom?
Well, there's practical support. It's very important, because see, you have to be well fed. You need to meet your physical needs before your emotional needs. Mm? So the mother needs help changing the baby's diapers, giving the baby a bath, putting the baby to sleep. Okay, um, that can help with a lot of those. When the mother is breastfeeding, that can breastfeed the baby, but can do everything else. Grandparents can help to bring food to the mom that's already cooked, or neighbors or friends, or if they're in a community of faith. You can help mothers who just have a baby by providing food for them, or helping them take of the other little ones. Pick them up, take them to the park so they can go out and play. And that will help tremendously.
Okay. And in my personal experience, I know that does help tremendously. Just if little things fixed up here and there, someone cook for me this day or just bring food this day, it does make a difference and it does help. What about in cases where the mom's mental or behavioral state is, I don't want to call it a little bit more serious, but requires more professional intervention in that case? What are some of the signs that family members could look out, or the support system could look out for, or the mom herself could look out for, to say, you know what, I need to um, go to the doctor, or seek counselor or professional assistance, or what should have? Oh, actually, let me stop right there. Yeah.
Well, there is the baby blues. Okay, let's go over it. There's the baby blues, and the baby blues are normal. Okay, normal thing, because there's a change in hormones, and the mom is gonna be feeling sad. It's gonna be cry, but usually it doesn't last more than 15 days. Okay, any of these disorders postpartum uh, can begin at any time during the first year of the baby's life. Okay, so if you see that the mother is feeling sad, can't concentrate, and very important, can't sleep, even if the baby's sleeping. If you see a mother can't sleep, because mothers are usually exhausted, the baby falls asleep and the mother is dead again, asleep. But if the mother can't sleep, even if the baby's asleep. That's that should ring the bells that this mother needs assistance. There's an organization called Postpartum Support International, and they have um, phone assistance for those mother things that they need help, and they also have support groups, and they will connect moms with professionals that can help them out. But if they need if they need professional help, they should get professional help. Um, it is the baby's mental health is going to be related to the mom's mental health. Okay, so let's say when all these people are providing help and as support to the mom, they're helping raise this child. When you hear it takes a village, it takes a village. And one of the ladies in Postpartum Support International says there are seasons in your life when you are giving, and there are seasons when you are receiving. Postpartum is when you are in the receiving season. You're going to receive help from everybody that can help you because you need that help. You can't do it all alone. Doesn't matter how you think you can do it all. It's not physically possible to be, you know, taking care of a baby 24 hours, do housework, cook, maybe do some work, you know, tend to other children. It can be done. So you need help from other people. And uh, postpartum mood and anxiety disorders are very common. About 22% of the population has them. So it's 5 to 7 in 10 mothers will have symptoms. Hmm.
And although we're discussing the mental health and wellness of the mom, the stress, the anxiety during the postpartum stage, but can we expect to see some of these symptoms in moms during the prenatal stages as
Yeah,
well?
yeah. It starts prenatally a lot of times. Some people, some people has always suffered from depression, so you can expect it. Okay, if you suffer from depression, most likely you can have a relapse during the prenatal period or the postpartum period. Some people is only postpartum, and postpartum depression and anxiety can go hand in hand. There can be postpartum depression and anxiety at the same time.
And I know we touched on a lot heavily and as needed on the family's role as serving as a support system, looking at indicators and helping the mom manage through the or the family's overall breastfeeding and just having a new life present in their homes, that experience. But during this time, prenatal and postpartum, the mom is frequenting the OBGYN, the pediatrician's office, or primary care office in general. How can the healthcare provider also help in this process?
They can help identify when something is getting a little bit too much. Okay, so they can send the mom for help.
Okay.
They can refer her for help. But they are the ones that see all the prenatals and all the moms because the babies go to the pediatrician. So they should be screening for all of this.
Okay. Perfect. Um, how how does this impact breastfeeding?
Well, they used to say,
Or does it impact breastfeeding?
yeah, it yeah, greatly. They used to say that moms that were breastfeeding were becoming depressed because of change of hormones. That was a long time ago. Now we know that depression lowers the hormones that work with lactation, which are oxytocin and prolactin. So when a mother is depressed, these hormones decrease in the moms. So the moms, when they become depressed, they stop breastfeeding. So that's one of the causes of having postpartum mood anxiety disorder, is that they're gonna stop breastfeeding.
So just to clarify, as the mom goes through this, is it that the the mom is lactating less, or is just the mom is less likely to actually breastfeed the baby, engage in the act of breastfeeding the baby?
Okay, what I have seen,
Mhm.
okay, clinically working, is that they interpret everything as a breastfeeding problem.
Mhm.
They're anxious about anything that's happening breastfeeding wise.
Okay.
They feel that it's not going, even when it's not going really bad or anything, and they have trouble coping and working on whatever they have to work on, whatever little thing they have to. But that's a sign that there's some depression going on. There's some anxiety, some depression. There's some mood issue, I would say, going on. But on the other hand, depression does lower prolactin, so they're gonna make less milk. They're gonna have a fussy baby that's crying at the bed, that is not full because she has less. So that's something real that's happening. So if we don't help the mom, it's not only the breastfeeding, it's only the bonding that's gonna suffer. Okay, and that's gonna impact the baby, but the health of the baby. The baby is not gonna receive the breast milk. Okay, and the mom is not gonna be able to bond with the baby in the same way.
So it seems like it not works hand in hand. It seems like it works hand in hand in a negative sense, where the status of the mom's mental wellness impacts the family's breastfeeding experience, and the breastfeeding experience, how well or how poorly the mom perceives it to be going, goes back and still impacts the mom's mental wellness or state of being,
Yeah,
basically.
and then she will feel she did fail. She failed, and then what she have feelings of guilt. So that situation needs help. Needs somebody to help her see her situation in a different light.
And the
You know,
family can help with that as well, too, right? Not just like the cooking. Though I like the cooking and cleaning, but just the encouragement also helps
yeah,
in
encourage it.
encourage the
And the
breastfeeding.
correct breastfeeding, if the family has correct breastfeeding information and is supporting the mother. Okay, okay, the baby needs to go to sleep. You rest. You bring the baby, or if she feels she doesn't have a good feeding, she said, okay, the next time she'll feel better. Let's calm down. Uh, it will help the mom. But if the mother has family that don't have correct breastfeeding information, and are telling her, I don't think your milk is good. I don't think you have enough.
Or that is old school. Why don't you just give the formula instead?
Yeah, the old school thing. But it still happens.
Yeah.
It still happens. So if it's that way, it's gonna cause more depression, more feelings of sadness. If it's the other way, it's gonna help the mom. But the only one thing that we can change, uh, people who are not professionals in mental health, is support. We can increase the support the mother receives, and fix
Mhm.
the quality also. Make sure it's good quality support.
At what point does the mom usually come to seek treatment or mental wellness services from you or from your colleagues?
I would say from my colleagues, because I not do therapy or anything like that.
Okay.
I work as an IBCOC. By my
Okay.
experience, when they're feeling really, really bad, they seek assistance
Okay.
before they think it's something normal, and they're feeling bad for a while. And when they're feeling really, really bad, they usually go, unless the pediatrician catches it or the OB/GYN catches it, and they refer them for a C.
Okay. Have you found in your professional, even personal experience, that the stigma of mental health impacts the mom or the family seeking professional intervention
Yeah,
or even acknowledging?
yeah, it still happens. It still happens. And I would say it happens frequently. That's what they hold themselves with all the feelings they have and all the thoughts they have until they can't anymore and they seek assistance. You know, they're scared. They're scared of the stigma. If I seek assistance means that I'm not well. Maybe they will take my baby away. And they think things like that all the time.
And I know I don't want to go off track too much, but I know in the previous conversation, we talked a little bit about mental health versus behavioral health, and if behavioral health would be, if this would be the appropriate context to also address behavioral health and ones, or if there's even a difference.
when when we are talking postpartum,
Mm-hmm.
is more um, mental health
Okay.
because it's mood, it's anxiety, um, it's anxiety disorders. Are moods are like depression, um, bipolar, psychosis, anxieties, generalized anxiety disorders, obsessive compulsive disorders. When we are talking about behaviors, we are
Mm-hmm.
talking about habits, addictions. Okay, so here we can talk about I can talk about the addictions.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about addictions, we're talking about alcohol, yes, and drug addictions. So usually, in this case, um, the drug is going to go through the milk, okay, and a mom that is under the effects of drugs is not able to take care of the baby most of the time. So it's a very difficult situation. Usually, when there's addiction, there's another mental health disorder with it. Usually, not all the time, but usually.
Okay. I think we're about to wrap up soon. Um, and I know you shared some resources that the moms and families can take advantage of. Um, could you remind us of what those are?
Those resources.
Yes, that the moms and families
Okay.
could take advantage of for
Postpartum support international
Postpartum Support International. Okay.
and mothers mental health matters.gov.
Okay.
There's a lot of information in the website.
Okay. I appreciate that. And if our community want, oh, excuse me, if our community wanted to reach out to you or reach out to you for more information or to seek more services, how can they reach you? I say this
Uh,
as it's going across the
you can call me on the helpline number 786-336-1336. They
okay.
can call the helpline.
Appreciate it. And if nothing else, what advice would you like to give to our families who are breastfeeding or considering breastfeeding, and to our moms specifically?
Be prepared and be realistic. Okay, breastfeeding is gonna take you initially day and night, not because it's breastfeeding, because it's the baby. Okay, so have a plan. Who's gonna bring the food? Okay, um, you can do laundry every 2 to 3 days, maybe once a week. Okay, so be prepared to what's gonna be real, what's gonna be your real life. Okay, find support. Who's gonna support you? Who's gonna be there around you? Remember, it's the season of receiving. You're gonna be receiving help from anybody. Okay, that is able to help you. So Learn everything you can about nursing, about breastfeeding. Once the baby is born, you don't have the mind to learn these things. Remember that the baby's sleep is different than the mother's sleep. There's a
Oh
mismatch.
yes.
There's a mismatch in the sleep cycles. And the baby is not going to begin to sleep a little more until the baby is 6 weeks old. So the baby can be up all night, but you are going to be sleepy and tired, because your body's used to going to sleep at night and waking up in the morning. So sleep when the baby is sleeping, the baby sleep. And just have in mind that this is developmental. As baby grows, they will slowly begin to sleep a little more and not fast. It will take them about 6 months to sleep a better, so you can sleep a better night. So you have to learn how to sleep during the day. Every time the baby sleeps, and you have the opportunity, you take a nap
Yeah, like
because
also
you're gonna be
sleeping the
up.
baby.
So sleeping in is gone. It's really gone until your babies are really older. Are older kids.
And are there any special considerations taking into consideration COVID? Like I know that there's virtual support now to or and on one side, and then the other side does the I guess the social distancing, though I think we're getting away from that now in Florida, but the social distancing plays an impact with everything that the mom experienced during the breastfeeding and depression and anxiety. Or have you seen
There's
that
a
or
lot
no?
of there's a lot of virtual help.
Okay.
Mental health is one of those areas where all you do is talk and you listen to each other. So it can be done virtually. They completely went virtual.
I appreciate it, Patricia. Thank you for joining us today to share such important, insightful information that I know our families can take advantage of immediately. Um, and thank you for our viewers for tuning in. If you're tuning in live, if you're tuning in after the live, thank you for checking us out. And please, uh, if you need any support services, please consider all the resources that Patricia shared, as well as reaching out to WIC directly. Their information is on the ticker. And we'll see you next Tuesday for our next Facebook Live series. And have a good rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you.